Hello, Shrine Tubers, and welcome back to Let's Play Shining Force 2, the Tactics plus Romhack, with me, Blueankylo. Last episode, we blasted through the north section, or from the Castle of Paramecia up through a couple fights, an ambush, and a bridge battle, and honestly, everything went surprisingly well. So let's see if we can continue that trend today into the next area. You're not allowed to enter Mitula's shrine right now because it's been overtaken by devils. There, I explained the story. So, new map. Who dis? We got more bats, more worms, more 123 attack power, range 7, or movement 7, range 2 jerks, monks. There's this chest, but I don't think we will be able to open it. I will try. I don't know if I tried that on my test run. I believe the story is in the Japanese original version, which is a bit different. You can open this with a flyer, but in the English, North American, European, whatever version, it didn't work. Like, it's not an interactable object. Somehow they glitched out. Maybe the ROM hack fixed it though. So let's do this thing, right? What's the agility on these guys? 63. So likely to go pretty quick. Maybe we just move Sarah up as bait. She is a healer. And just have her boost her own defense so she's like invincible. And that should be a lot of defense, yeah. It still does some damage, but it's not bad. Compared to everybody else. 106 defense. Not, I mean, other than maybe... Yeah, red boosted would be more, but nobody else I don't think could compete. I forgot about the... Come on! Let's try this again. This is... This is the downside of the ROM hack, is when there's enemies that can just one-shot you. Like, I didn't need to reset over a single death, but... It really frustrates me when they can just kill you instantly. I mean, I had the right idea, I think, by having Sarah go first, or at least have someone with high defense up front. Yeah, this, you know, so I think I've dodged a few of these bullets earlier in past maps where it could have gone like this, but we managed to get good luck on the turn order, or the AI was stupid. This is generally when I know that the tuning is too much. When your starting location that you don't control has enemies close enough that they can just fly over or run over and just one-shot people. You know, like that. That's like the double attack on Slade was bad because his stats are good, but not enough to handle a single double attack. And then 123. Sheesh, yeah, that's like 60 damage. It's way more than she needs to kill her. Might not quite kill Kazan. I mean, yeah, my archers are frail. That's kind of how it is. But dang, yeah, that sucks. Okay, let's try Sarah defending herself, blocking the tile to May. Alright, we're fine. Sheesh. Yeah, sometimes the like, I don't know what to say. Like, I get it, you need enemies to be threatening, to be challenging, but man, the scaling just does not seem appropriate here. Well, this is as good a time as any to use that healing drop, so we're just gonna heal to full. And try to lure out some more attacks here. That's kind of what I was thinking. Alright, Celeste, I kind of want to keep you away from the Master Monk, because it probably just whoop you. What's the movement on these guys? 6? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? Yeah, I don't know. Well, it's nice when we get the doubles. It's only bad when the enemies get the doubles. It's funny. I think Apollo will kill. Yeah. Mid-50s for damage. Not bad. So the monks haven't moved yet, and they can punch for infinity damage. So you ideally want to get someone like Red up there to maybe lure an attack out. Tamar wouldn't die to a monk, I don't think. Not one shot without a crit or a double. I'd rather they go after blue if possible, though. Okay, the worm didn't even move. That's weird. Trying to at least survive, the first round of combat without anyone actually being dead. Alright, we made it, I think, for one round with no deaths. Yeah, that's fine. Alright, now, the biggest threat is this guy getting a turn and just killing someone instantly. So, I think Red is okay. Tamar dead if she gets hit. 111 total HP plus defense. Unless the terrain bonus, which she doesn't get. No, she'd be dead. 100%. So... Is anyone else at low HP? He can't hit... This guy can maybe make it around and hit Celeste. So I'm going to block the way to Celeste. I'm going to use the boost rod on Timari. I think I made the right decision. Okay. So that worked out. Yeah. All we got to do is kill these two knights, dark knights, and maybe deal with these monks, and we'll be fine. Do I attack? Yeah, let's just attack. I was thinking the slow spell might have been better. It still might have been better. I do need to get rid of these monks, though, because they hit real hard, too. Celeste is very weak. In fact, weak enough that a counter might have killed her. This kind of sucks. And I think Apollo does, or Atlas does so much damage that it can kill the Dark Knight. Yeah. Let's pull this Tamar back now. This Tamari? Hot Tamale? Blue... I think the monks are going to get their turn soon. So we stop them from getting an attack. That's okay. But now we need to try to kill this Dark Knight. I don't know. Red doesn't really help. We're going to have to bend... I got to remember to switch his weapon out, but, like, he's Sure. I think we really need to try to kill this Dark Knight before he gets turned. Well, he's healed. I don't want Gerhalt anywhere near him. Can't hit him with Elric. Elric destroys the bat like it's nothing. Luke! Also not very good at defense. My group defending ability is tough. We can heal... We can't get Celeste in there, or Tamari. Red is up front and probably going to get murdered by magic. Yeah, unfortunately I didn't group up well enough for good AoE heals. Well, Sarah will probably go before the Rune Knight. We can, yeah. We can have her try to draw the attack. And I know, it's kind of... It almost feels like cheating using Aura, but... or level 4 aura specifically. It's a really good spell. They could have killed my most defensive unit in 2 attacks. That just doesn't feel fair, you know, like we can work around it if we're careful, but I question the design decisions that led to this result. Alright, Slade, you're gonna go try to kill this wizard. Maybe I should have dispelled, actually. Worked pretty good last time. So last time we Apollo'd this guy, but got healed. Maybe we can stack up a couple extra hits this round. Get him out of here. Still not dead. Alright, Elric with the double. That's fine. Slade can't even fight... Or, sorry, Red, whatever. Dragon Man. I mean, he's got to stay away from the wizards and stuff. Like, he's... I gotta say, I think I should probably bench Kiwi now. I think whatever value he was bringing is worn out. Can we... It won't kill, but I think this is worth it. Yeah, it's big hit. And then maybe we can... I forgot to buy her the spear again. Ah, this is where you need the spear. Let's see if I can get it with a blast. Still not enough. At least it... Well... Okay, we can kill the wizard before it gets a turn. We can kill the wizard before it gets a turn. The monks are spending their MP healing, which is... You know, it's annoying with enemies getting full healed, but, it could be worse, and we're just gonna spam Horror 4 every turn. Because the enemies cheat, guys. They do too much damage. Way too much damage. Wow, that was a dumb wizard. Alright, Geralt lives barely. They're nicely grouped up. Maybe we kill this bat with Slade. Or, you know, whatever. Not kill, but annoy. We're just gonna really try to keep everybody alive. Shoot that monk. Maybe I should... No, this is what I wanted, because I want... This is very dangerous for Kazan, but hey. That was a lot of damage. Some big damage. Unfortunately, we don't have like a range 3... Like, Freeze 3 usually is longer range than this. Kind of fun. But this is fine. We'll just... Right. Is that going to be enough? Not even... Well, we can kill the monk. Yeah! You know what? I'll take it. It's one less heal, one less hit. I would like to kill the bat, if I can. Well, red will definitely help. He's all healed up and ready to do 6 damage. Alright, but you gotta try to kill the knight first. Does too much damage if I can get him. Elric, of course the archers double and kill everything. They got a hidden secret stat that just makes them good. Always hits the important hit. Sure. One less bat. One less worm. I'm starting to get some poisons in my group, unfortunately. Interesting. It went for the silence? The dispel? Huh. It did get Kazan. That's kind of annoying. Still, it would have been probably worse if the monk had just punched Luke for, well, 34 damage. We do need to deal with this wizard, though. I kind of forgot about him. Whoops. Let's try to do some damage to the wizard man. there... Actually, all the enemies did come down. Oh, if I'm going to check that chest, I'm running out of time. We could fly dragon over there. Oops, I... Jeez. Oh, blue. Get a little bit frazzled here. This fight's gone really quick and not the best. Okay, yeah, Kazan can't... I wonder if you can use... Yeah, you can still use rods when you're silenced. That's another benefit of being a rod user. Cool. Celeste, I really got to buy you that spear. Let's get some... Oh, that's... Celeste also could have used the fairy ring. I forgot that we bought her one. I spent all my money on it, and I totally forgot about it. Alright, get rid of the wizard before it decides to start casting big spells. Timari, you're going to go for the chest, because as soon as we kill the bad, it's over. So we don't want to kill the... Or the monk, whatever, one or the other. Okay, the monk's asleep. That's, like, great. Sarah won't do that much damage. I should have just used her staff, honestly. Or got rid of the poison. Ah! That would have been smart. Alright, bats are apparently strong to fire. Didn't know that. Does that mean they're weak to ice? Yeah, definitely. 26 damage on freeze, too. Whew. Okay, we're going to block this guy in. We're going to specifically wait a second. Yeah. Such a good item. Fairy rings. To see if we can open this. Ooh, a life ring. I didn't get that on my test run. I definitely did not get that. That's another ring for our warlocks and magus. I definitely missed that. Okay, cool. Usually it is some sort of regeneration ring, I think. Whatever it's called. But yeah, normally you can't get it. So, neat. Just slept and wrecked here. Alright, cool. Who else is poisoned? Can we get a couple of them? May, Geralt. Yeah, we can probably get 3 unpoisoned. That's pretty good value. We don't have to spend 30 gold. Ah, Slade's still poisoned. Elric is getting a lot of levels. I mean, are you surprised? Killing everything. Alright, let's move the life ring, was it? To, You know what? We might not need these healing drops on our warlock anymore, so... we could equip it. It is a weapon slot, technically. You can see this is why we won't need the warlock ring, really. I should probably just sell it now. Because when would you attack? There's always something better you can do that's free, pretty much. Anyway, that was okay fight. I guess we had a bad first couple attempts. But after we got past the instant losses, we played carefully enough to get a pretty clean win. I still think the Rune Knights maybe are a little bit too strong. I don't know how much you can do for balancing in a ROM hack. Like, adding more monsters, maybe you can't always add more. Like, I'm not sure what the rules are for... Oh, I just pressed something I shouldn't have pressed. Oops. Sorry, guys. What did I just do here? The game is still running. I didn't lose it or anything, but I must have moved my keyboard and messed something up. Window... What the heck? It switched to... Did I switch it to desktop mode, which is actually good? Can you guys see this again? Come on, OBS, you can find it. Okay, maybe I figured out how to make RetroArch good, because I hate this. It's like the Steam's full view kind of thing. I hate this menu. But some button I pressed on my keyboard switched it to like a normal window with a normal selectable menu that you can use with your mouse and stuff. Oops, don't do that. Yeah, and escape, like, F1 loads the menu, escape closes the program. So you have to hit F1 again. Like, I hate the design. I don't know who did the UI for it. I hate it. It's, oh man, it makes me so mad. Anyway, what was I saying before I messed up my emulator? Yeah, I just think that the balance is, you know, it's hard maybe to make challenging battles in a ROM hack because you probably don't have full control of the system. You know, you can't necessarily change the map and how many enemies spawn or whatever. They can certainly change where they spawn, it seems. But I would rather have a couple more enemies like back to make it harder than just things that one-shot you or two-shot you, right? Like that gets old pretty quick. Look, I'm just complaining a little bit. It's fine. Anyway, they did say some dialogue there about the Red Baron and odd guy. There's probably some slightly different dialogue, but you know, I think we've given up on trying to follow the story now. It's time to just admit that I'm not paying much attention to the slightly tweaked story. Okay, new map. Okay, I kind of remember the gimmick for this one. We got more of these jerks, more... Now we got Harpy Queens. They have MP, but no spells. That's funny. Old school gargoyles, the weak kinds. We've got Zalbard, with his Bolt 3. That's pretty classic. If I remember correctly, I've seen speedrunners do this. There's a distance from him where he activates. If you stay out of it, he doesn't start running towards you. I wonder if it'll be the same in the in this hack. I guess the Devil Soldiers are new with boosts. I don't know if enemies ever use stuff like that, but it doesn't look too different than vanilla. And we're not rushed on turn 1, which honestly I appreciate. I'm just gonna use Sarah as the best bait because I don't know. What else are we gonna do? So these gargoyles are old enemies, nothing to worry about. In fact, there might... I think there was more enemies up at the front in the vanilla map. I'm pretty sure, actually. Let's just keep Kazan alive. Why not boost yourself? Healer, heal thyself. Booster, boost yourself. Thyself, sorry. Well, Red is not strong enough to kill an enemy from, like, 10 hours of game ago. Oh, I've got to slow down one of these combats so you can see the cool, I believe, custom artwork for the back. Yeah, that's the gimmick. The 4 gargoyles just respawn infinitely. So I have a plan, I think. Just giving boosted defense to my flyers that sometimes, you know, they're a little bit more frail. Without the land defense helping them. Okay, so my plan is archers. We haven't used any MP yet. Oh yeah, life ring. I should show that off. Has anyone taken any damage? Spoilers. I don't know. You would have had to like gain a level or something. No one's been hit yet, right? So it doesn't really matter, but we'll turn the speed down a little bit just so you can see exactly what it does. Range 2, healing. I'm not sure exactly how much it heals, but we'll figure it out. It's kind of like the heal rod, except it's got a range of 2. Does that mean it's better? Well, yeah, actually it is better, so. Critical hit, 110 damage, and I still didn't buy a spear. The amount of damage output on Celeste with that Warlock ring is pretty good. Like, the other characters are starting to catch up a little bit, but yeah, she's alright. She's alright. Flyer on the left side, flyer on the right side. We got to get these enemies to start coming towards us a little bit here. I'm gonna put Sarah on this side, and she might stop being boosted this turn, but she does have a lot of defense anyway. Yeah. 89 defense, still pretty good. You could... You're boosted, so you should last one more turn, I think. Not that killing the gargoyles really makes much difference, but... Yeah, they're still not moving. Weird. Don't want Kazan to go up there. Don't really want Luke to go up there either. His boost, I think, is wearing off this turn. Nope. So the plan was just to kill the gargoyles with archers, and then I can move up whenever I want. So you'd think red would be okay, but we know 2 of these guys can kill him, or at least they could last time. I suppose for now, just spam the life ring for a little bit of free XP. Get that level up, get Apollo 2. She only got one more. No, she can get Blaze 4 and I think Aura 4 eventually, maybe. So, yeah, you get 10 XP even on Celeste. So there are some dangerous tiles. Oof. Well, it wasn't blast, so that's not too bad. There's some dangerous tiles here you really want to be careful about. Looks like we've turned everything on at this point. I'm glad we got a turn before we got piled on. You don't want to stand on these 3 tiles, because Zalbarad can go stand here, 1, 2, 3, and then bolt basically everyone down there if you're too close. But nobody else up there is like, as long as we stay out of those tiles, it's fine. Just thinking, oh, I didn't buy any more healing drops. Do I trust? No, I run. Flee! I should have known I was going to get a turn right away. Whatever, this will heal them both. Don't stand there. Got the confuse. It looks like red might be able to take 2 hits. Come on! I even healed her! They really do have too much attack. Anyway, we gotta try to focus the strong enemies down. The gargoyles are just gonna be annoying, but we have to prioritize the guys that, like, practically just one-shot us, so. At least 1 round is what they can do. Now, Elric can do infinity damage, so maybe he should just always target someone who's at full health in case he double crits or something. Okay, Carpy dead. Let's blaze it up. Wizards are strong to blaze. They have experienced the full blazing. Are they strong to ice? No. Alright, big money, no whammy. Yep. Beautiful. Blaze level 3. Hey, you know what? If Kazan can take a single hit from a 105 attack power monk, that's pretty good. Now, this monk hasn't had his turn yet, so he's going to go and be a jerk. I can just sense it. Also, Luke got silenced, so much for oraing it up, which is what I wanted to do. I don't know why the enemy monk did literally nothing. Yeah, we're gonna have to just ignore some gargoyles for a second here. Oh, because he was confused. Oh, I didn't notice that. Well, that would have changed my... I would have done the same thing, but I would have felt more confident doing that. Alright. This is fine, except that we already had a death that is annoying. I'm going to min-max a little bit in that Sarah doesn't really get any experience for killing stuff. So I'm going to have her prioritize healing and let someone else kill, even if it gives the Dark Knight 1 extra attack. And then he kills Geralt. But we're just going to kill him before that can happen. It's fine. And someone got a level up out of it, right? So it's worth it. And then we can recover all our MP whenever I want to, basically. We did get Apollo 2. I don't know if monks are strong to fire or whatever, but let's show it off. We're starting to get some of the really cool, powerful summons now. Yeah, I mean, 125 damage is no joke. That seems stronger than it used to be. Bolt. We all lived. We really need to start killing people real quick here, though, on the right side. Celeste. So she's got the big blaze. Sure. I think that was worth it. And then Kazin... I mean, if we can just kill the wave of real enemies here, once they're dead, we can take as long as we want to prepare for the boss fight. Fairy Ring, heal it up, whatever. We just need to kill these last 2 real enemies, because the gargoyles don't really count. Oof, Geralt. You're pretty low, my friend. When it paused there to do his second attack, was that an attack plus 5? Someone rewind. Tell me what that was. Was that actually a man? I don't know if I've ever seen a plus 5 in Shining Force 2. Shining Force 1, sure, but it's different. He could have been... When the game paused for his second attack, I thought the enemy was going to get a counterattack, and that was GG for him, but he didn't die. Poison. Oh, do they really have poison? They do 1 damage, but then they do something annoying. Alright, who is poisoned? Just blue. Red is sleeping on the job, as he do. So is one of my fairy ringers. Alright, for now, let's cleanse the poison. It's gonna take a minute here to regroup, I think, but that's okay. We're just gonna basically be farming, sort of, the gargoyles. It's not... I mean, they give us basically nothing, but if I just kill them before they put anyone to sleep, or poison them worse, now that the real enemies are dead, this should be pretty easy. Right, so Celeste is one of the ones that can fairy ring up. So we want basically everyone at full MP for the next big fight. Or at least close to full, you know, whatever. I'm not gonna go crazy, but maybe I will. And I think we're not going to try to split the party here. We're going to have everyone on the same side. And just try to just overload one side and rush forward. Zalbarad is pretty threatening. Like, you know, his, boss status gives him 2 attacks per turn. He could bolt 3 twice. What is it, 40 or 50 damage? Whatever it is. If he did it twice, he could easily kill blue or... pretty much anyone, everyone, if you got a double bolt 3 off. Should just be using, I'm sure there's a couple people that are injured, yeah. Just use the heal rod here. You probably can't kill anything anyway, but... I figure if I use the archers here mostly... to kill the gargoyles, because they can do it from range and not too far away from the rest of the group, is what I'm thinking. Didn't do any damage to that one. So let's just keep zapping people up. I think so. The last time I played my test game, I did not bring Celeste, so I didn't have a fairy ring Magus. I did bring Warlock version Sumina, same as I did here. But I didn't realize what the Fairy Ring or Life Ring did till later. It took me a few battles. They're pretty good, though. You still need to be healed. That's fine. Can't get far enough back. I mean, the sleep spell gargoyles are pretty annoying. I guess that's all they're really here to do, is to be annoying. We're almost all healed up, at least. Nice to have an aura 4 or 2. Sorry if this slowed down a little bit here, but I would like for the gargoyles not to put us all to sleep so that we can all move together. We're already one character down, which shouldn't be a problem, but maybe we just de-soul the boss. Haha, as if. Oh, what I will do is send Luke over to check the treasure on the left. You know, we can pick these up before the end of the fight, so might as well, right? He's got inventory space. That's... I want to heal that a little bit more. Yeah, we're pretty much ready to go. We just need to break off from the gargoyles somehow. Oh, I got to heal blue still. Okay, Sarah's all healed up. Sumina is maxed out. Kazan. Wait, what? What? Since when does a Harpy Queen come out of a chest? Wait, since when does Kiwi's breath attack do 50 damage? Something fishy's going on. I don't understand. Yeah, I'm gonna go open that treasure chest on the left, despite my reservations. I do not want Kazan to die. It's a bit of a surprise. That's interesting. The Harpy Queen had a mithril. Isn't that what you normally get in that chest? I didn't know. Is that a vanilla behavior, or is that something the hacker did? Because I don't know if I've ever seen that. Maybe I just know not to open the chest normally, and I've just grown old and forgot about it. Huh. You guys let me know in the comments if I'm just crazy or if that's actually a new thing, because... So at least 30 HP on the life ring. That's good. Anyway, interesting. Let's see what happens over here. Just a sword. All right. I wonder if he can equip it. I think that's actually our first mithril weapon in this game. So everyone's healed up basically at this point, other than chip damage. Just tiny little chips. And reds hurt a little bit, but okay. So now we're starting to prepare. We got to get everyone grouped up. Try to find a way to not be asleep. And then we will trigger the boss, I guess, because I don't know if there's a way to lure. Maybe we could lure like the Harpy Queen down because she's got a lot of movement. One more than Zalbard. I'm probably saying his name wrong. I'm sure I'm annoying someone. Alright, I guess we'll bring Red along. You don't have a life ring yet. Well, we'll get you a life ring eventually, probably. Alright, let's get everyone moved up. Move up a little bit on the right, see if we can trigger them, but we definitely want, like, the group ready to go. Right, equip. It's a little bit better than the Great Sword, but I betcha... Yeah. Was it like a heal spell, maybe? 2 fairies? Is that a heal level 2, maybe? Sure. I mean, that's a nice item. I wonder if it will crack. If it's like a normal... Cat! Hey! Sorry. The cat Ankylo decided to start running around scratching things in the middle of the night. He's a little punk. Okay, where were we? We're trying to maybe lure the Harpy Queen down. It's tricky. You probably want to, like, count it out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 plus 1. And then this guy is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Cat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Range 2, 6, 7. So if I put him here, he can be hit by Blaze 3 and Harpy attack. 102 if you're boosted isn't very much, so the attack won't be that bad. And then Blaze 3 might almost kill him. But I don't think anyone else would be in range. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. No. And that was if I used Geralt. We could just use Sarah. If we can lure the Harpy down and maybe the Wizard, honestly, well, one or the other, but that's what we want. So now, oh, I should have waited a little bit longer because I want the archers to shoot him so we don't have to get any closer. Dang it. I maybe rushed it a little bit there. Oops, I should have waited a little bit longer till everyone was ready. Well, it's fine. If the Wizard's close enough now, we can probably lure him even further. We just want to make sure everyone survives a blaze, basically. Yeah, and of course my archer is literally asleep. Or poisoned. Great. I should have used the heals. I was thinking maybe I should have used Kazan to do a little bit of damage too, because I think the combo there might have killed him. But okay, these gargoyles are stupid. All they do is poison you and then put you to sleep. It's so annoying. All right, we don't want to move closer to the boss, so they're gonna try to draw them towards us if we can. Perfect. Except for all the people sleeping on the job. It's perfect. Oh, I suppose you could block the spawner by leaving someone standing on it. That would probably stop it too. Alright, Sumina's okay. The monk's a little bit close. Her attack power is not that good. But she has raise. Yeah. It's not even that expensive. 93 damage. Good deal. Sure. Can't even kill a wizard. It would have been smart to put attack up on people before we trigger the boss. We still can. Would have been nice to do it already, I guess. I'm grouping everyone all real close together here. It's a bit dangerous. Stupid poison. Okay, let's try not to get too close to the boss, but we'll kill the monk. The fact that we lured a couple of the enemies down away from the boss is really quite good. Does Slade ever get a turn? He's just gonna die to poison while asleep here. I hate that. These gargoyles suck. If the modder wanted them to just be annoying, they've succeeded. I don't know what to do here. I was expecting the harpy to come down, and it never did. Alright, 65. This is a very expensive spell, but I would really like him to die. So now you're dead. And only Sarah has antidote. Nobody else even knows the spell. So unless you want to buy a bunch of consumables, she is kind of the only way to go for that. You know what? I've been thinking about boosting attack. This is a good turn for it. And I can get 3 strong attackers at least. And level up and stuff. Alright, well, we're not sending Red up solo, but hey, he should be able to kill a gargoyle now. Value. Celeste, we don't want to send up solo. Yeah, let's use the MP recovery. Your Halt's defense is decent. Friggin' gargoyles. Stop. Okay, who's poisoned? Elric and Blue. Is that everybody? Well, Slade, but you know. Let's get rid of that. It does do enough damage to be annoying. And I want to get rid of it. Okay, Slade gets a turn. Yay. Try to catch up with the team, Slade. Alright, now can we lure... The question I have is, can I lure anyone else down? Probably not. The next one is probably Zalbarad, because he's going to move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. We're just out of his range. And if this doesn't lure anyone over, then probably there's no way to lure anyone else over. Without him. We do have attack up for May that could be used. We hit... Aura level 3, good, good. Bolt 3 is just terrifying. Okay, so he's a little bit closer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we're in range of Bolt 3 next turn if he decides. And technically he gets 2 turns in a row, so he could move 6, not hit anybody, then move 6 again and Bolt. So, like, we're definitely in range. I'm gonna leave Luke here. He's the bait. Didn't take it. Okay, stops with the doubling. Come on. Okay, well... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 attacks that square. I mean, we did it with Sarah last time. Maybe we could draw the Harpy. The Harpy didn't attack last time, but we lured the wizard over or whatever. Maybe I should just detox Slade. Okay, we did lure the Harpy down. We can attack him from where we stand. Her, you know, female, I suppose. 142 damage. Jeesh. Some of these spells maybe too strong, you know, because the enemy get those too. Alright, let's do another attack up here. This should get most of my attackers. Your Holtz had 2 now. If we can get Zalbar to move down and not one-shot anybody, we'll be in good shape. We got another enemy move. That's one less enemy while we fight the boss. He still hasn't taken the bait, so we definitely want to pull back and kill the lizard now. Maybe I'm being overly cautious, but... It's because I'm kind of reverting back to the permadeath style gameplay where I'm really trying hard not to have anyone else die. Usually happens when someone dies early in the episode, and then I switch to, like, super careful mode. Super careful, that's definitely me. It's pretty expensive, but sure. I feel like May's gonna get smacked here, but kill the lizard before he gets a turn. We are very much bunched up. But sometimes it's good to be bunched up. I guess we'll see. Alright, he's down. He did use his second turn to attack, so at least we're not getting double bolted. And now we get a chance to kill him before he gets a turn again. A double turn again. So, let's see. Are you hasted? No. Ideally, you want to use the people that had the attack boost. Or we could just remember... We could try Desoul, but, you know, what are the odds of that? No, let's have him do... the aura, yeah. We can do it from here, right? This should hit everybody, I think, that he zapped. So that basically undoes a single bolt. Luke getting value. Alright. Sarah could Deo and maybe distract the other guy. So it is a boss, you know, 200 hit points. Let's take him seriously, right? Honestly, he does not have enough hit points. Not for the spells we're packing. Alright, that's one summon. What's stronger, Apollo 2 or Raise 2? I don't know, but Apollo gives me more space for avenues of attack. And it costs twice as much MP, so maybe. But he does resist fire. I think actually the other one, Raise, might have been better. Because he's got quite a lot of fire resistance, obviously. Slade can't do anything. So we'll just have him fight gargoyles for the rest of his life. Good. Devil Soldier. Okay, we're getting all of our mages here. Atlas. Honestly, might do enough damage. If he can't resist it with magic resistance of some sort. Yeah, that's it. Critical hit, 90 damage. So we killed him in 3 spells. 200 damage in 3 spells. Yeah, he needs to be a bit stronger, honestly. Like, his offense with Bolt is great, but he probably needed... Like, for all the enemies are like, oh man, some of these guys are too strong. I think Zalbarad needed like 400 hit points because of how the scaling with magic and stuff works now. Or maybe Elric would have just one-shot him as well because Elric is busted. Alright, the last real enemy dead. So that's that. Now we just have to make sure all the gargoyles are dead at the same time. This can be a little annoying. You can block their spawn spots, so if you're getting annoyed with the respawning, you just gotta put someone on the tile and then they can't spawn there. But I'm gonna specifically try to get rid of all the poison here before the end of the fight. Should have maybe healed, but it's fine. We're at that point where if you wanted to just grind some free, you say, it costs a little bit of time. But, you know, you could grind up some fairy ring, life ring stuff if you wanted. I don't know. I wouldn't really recommend it. Like, if you're playing it for the first time, like the base game, or you're having a hard time or something, don't feel bad if you do some grinding stuff. But the game is usually not that hard, although the Romhack's a little bit different. But I don't know. My general feel is you shouldn't level up higher than the enemies, and if you're dealing damage to kill them, it's fine. Like, you know, killing enemies, getting the experience, you know, kind of scaling down as you get cut up to their level. Like, that's fine. You can always do that. I don't think that's cheating at all. But once you're going beyond that via healing experience or boost experience, and you're now 5 levels higher than the enemy, 10 levels higher than the enemy, you can just keep going forever. That's when I kind of, like, Sarah is in that position. I'm not really trying. She just gets XP very quickly. And I think, you know, this might be a thing for the hack as well. If you could change the amount of experience you get, I don't know how you could do it, because that's kind of the only way healers get XP, right? So you'd have to find a way to reduce it, or maybe, like, what if you only got 1 XP when you healed someone lower level than yourself, or the same level, something like that. So that if you healed yourself, you'd get 1, so you couldn't just do that forever. And if you healed an ally and they were 1 level higher than you, then you got the normal, maybe even a little bit higher, like 10 or 15 or 20, like, that's fine. But once you caught up, like, so basically the the way to get a new level would be kill an enemy that's higher level than your party, get that level up, and then you heal people that are higher level than the cleric, and they keep up approximately. Because otherwise, if you could just always get 10 to 50 experience per spell, I feel like unless you're playing very quickly, and in this hack, you know, with the boosted HP of the enemies and all that stuff, it's pretty hard to not over level Sarah. Anyone with aura, I mean, really anyone with aura in general just levels up so fast. Like, it's not really unique to Sarah specifically, because when she doesn't have aura, she generally doesn't level up that fast. It's kind of hard to keep vanilla Sarah caught up with the party healing in the vanilla game. Just doesn't do enough damage. Let's just fancy bolt. Why not? Doesn't even do enough. This should be it, though, I think. 120 damage. Whew. All right, get out of here, Zalbard. You're not a real bard. We got a real bard. But yeah, I don't know. Balancing, you know, I talk a lot about, oh, this is too hard, that's too easy. I know balancing a game is very difficult. And, you know, a volunteer hacker modder, you know, there's only so many times they can play. There's only so many playtesters they can find for free. There's only so much you can do, you know? But anyway, that was the boss fight of this area. So, surprise Harpy, that was fun. Didn't expect that. Maybe that's normal, maybe it's not. We could talk to storytellers for some random lore and background. If you're playing Dungeons and Dragons, your players will really want you to give you a lot of information about all those. We don't need to worry about it. Also, we got a new character. This is not the same girl that we normally rescue. Who is she? She is Terra, a warlock, not a sorceress, and not Taya. I mean, Terra could be another translation of Terra, maybe? They're kind of similar sounding. Maybe that's just a different way of translating the same word. I don't know. That one I don't know. But we have Terra, the warlock, who has, I would say probably inferior to Sumina. I mean, still access to Fairy Ring and stuff, which is real good. Anyone with Fairy Ring has a spot on the party if you want infinite MP. Because that's one of the reasons I rate the warlock so highly, is literally broken-ass rings. But her spell selection is, I think, worse than Sumina's. Aura is just so good. And then Blaze is a nice AoE. Apollo is a very strong single target. And Raze is a nice short-range single target. Terra also gets Raze. But Blast is like the low damage, high area of effect version. Heal, we've talked about this before, just like with Karna. I think only having heal is not that great, because you're going to get a healing ring that can basically do that for free. Although at least heal 4 gives you a 1 full health, like it can fully heal someone. But I think, like, Deo does less damage than Apollo, I believe. Blast does less damage than Blaze, but at least has a large area, so kind of similar, but kind of worse. And then they both have Raze, so we're trading one summon for a different element that might be a bit weaker. We're trading Aura for heal, which is definitely a downgrade. And that's about it. Blaze to Blast, Aura to heal, Apollo to Deo. Apollo to Deo is close enough. Blaze to Blast is a bit of a downgrade in my opinion, probably. How often do you really cast Blast and hit, you know, more than 3 enemies? You know, the standard 1 range AoE is good. The really large one is neat, but it doesn't actually apply very often, so it's pretty rare to get a good value out of it. And it just does less base damage, which, well, a lot of times we're just trying to, like killing Zalbard, you just want as much solo single target DPS as you can get to rush to the key enemies down as fast as possible. It's generally more important than spreading a bunch of damage around the group. Anyway, she seems, if I didn't already have a wizard, a horse wizard, a warlock, a cleric already, I think I would probably want to bring her, because warlock is good. But I think Sumina is basically, as a warlock, always better. Now, if you left her as a wizard, I'm not sure exactly what that would change. She would get the same rods as Kazin. And I think the rods are better early, but then they become worse than the rings for a while. But they kind of even out it by the end of the game, rods and rings. You'll see. Rods certainly have more spell options than rings, but rings, I mean, recovering MP is just super overpowered, so more people that can do that is pretty solid anyway. But there's probably diminishing returns, so if you don't like Celeste or a promoted Warlock, either Kazin or the new girl, I always forget the new name, Sumina, one of the mages that you promote possibly to Warlock. If you didn't do that, this would be your only Warlock, and if you didn't use Celeste or skipped her for whatever reason, then you wouldn't really have a choice. So that would probably be a good reason to bring her, but otherwise, yeah, I think spell selection is a bit on the low end, which I guess that's all that really matters. Well, I didn't look at the stats much. She's level 16, so very similar level. More HP is good. MP is about the same. Attack power is very high for a wizard, Warlock. Defense could go up by 10 with a Vital Cape. So her defense is quite a lot lower. I would say Terra looks to be a offense-focused Warlock, whereas Sumina has become a defense-focused Warlock. They have the same MP approximately, so the HP doesn't really make up for the lack of, like, I don't know, 12 defense? I don't think so. So, okay. We're going to recruit some more characters here. It's pretty much the end of the episode. We're another hour long. Yeah, these episodes, plus my rambling, definitely going on a little longer. But we've got 2 more units we can recruit pretty quick. This is kind of a lot of... Or maybe it's just the one. Yeah, sorry, just this one. The next one won't join until a couple fights from now. But add Screech in there, the optional one that brought a life ring. So now we can have 2 free heals with fairy rings. That's great. Thanks, Sky Warrior. I don't know much about Screech. I almost never use them. I always mistake them as a girl because they are pink normally. But I believe it's technically a boy bird, if you care. I guess you mostly compare them to someone like Luke. And I'm just going to temporarily give him... I should maybe consider moving the Angelic Sword too, but we'll just give him fair stat comparison here for a second. Great sword for each of them, right? So, stat-wise... importantly, Luke does get some cool spells, like Aura, and Blast is good, and D-Soul is interesting. But yeah, we're like 55, 28. So maybe Screech doesn't get magic, but 8 more HP is something. And then Luke has 92 attack and 59 defense. So Screech has a significant attack advantage and approximately the same defense with extra HP. The same movement and agility. So, the thing is, like, my problem with Luke is he's pretty fragile, and if you move him into combat, which he's okay at, he dies very quickly, so I often have to keep him back doing aura and stuff. So then Screech isn't much tankier, like maybe a little bit tankier, and certainly does more damage, but will still die almost as fast, but doesn't have the option of auras and stuff, so... If Screech doesn't learn magic, they're just a kind of watered down Luke, in my opinion. Unless they get a lot more stats, so... Higgins, interesting. Screech, not super interesting. Terra, I think I've got better wizards already. So, anyway, that's my quick analysis. I might have to readjust as time goes on. I would like to try these people out a little more in a couple fights, maybe. But that's it. So, with that, deposit. We did get gold, solid gold, and is that it? The Mithril we picked up. Oh, right, we have a Master's Amulet as well. That's a good one. So the Master's Amulet, I knew there was something I was missing before the end of the episode. Master's Amulet is attack plus 20 and also movement plus 1. It is real good. Unless you need defense, but if you want movement and attack, which a lot of people would like some combination of attack and mobility, that's some good stuff. So I think for now I'm gonna give it to one of my archers, because they generally don't need defense. You could give this to Rode, that would help keep his attack up there with Elric and help him move as well. I'm gonna go with May, because she can cast buffing spells. And that might let her get into a position to cast a good attack up or defense up. And then she can hand me down her power pin, which is pretty good, to Elric, whose attack just continues to go through the stratosphere at 128. And then his Vigor Ring, honestly, we might not use it. I'm going to give it to Red, because I keep forgetting to switch him to an attack amulet or accessory, but I'm going to try to remember before I bench him. But I probably should bench him right now with one of those new characters we just got. I will do some thinking between episodes here, if I can get my free power wine drink. Yeah, Blue. Blue's so strong, you just fill him full of performance-enhancing drugs. Alright, is that everything? Oh, we want to move that life ring over. We picked that up from Screech. Give it to someone who can use it. Yeah, we don't need healing drops if you've got these. Although I think healing drops are full healing. I don't think the healing ring is quite that strong, but it's pretty good. We have a spare fairy ring now, and honestly, we'll probably get enough rings that I'm going to have to sell those warlock rings pretty soon. But we'll see. Yeah, because the warlock rings are just for attacking. They don't really matter for casting spells. And you probably want one accessory. So one slot is for your accessory. You don't generally need a weapon if you're a wizard, although the warlock, especially on like Celeste, they seem pretty good. But if we found a better ring, like with a cool spell on it, I'd probably switch her out. And we're already at the point where I don't really have room for that spear that I'm now missing. I could. Okay, we're gonna commit. I was talking about this earlier and then I didn't do it, but now I'm gonna do it. We're gonna sell the old Elven Cape, and then buy her the mobility defense item. I don't really care about her offense much, because she's already at the point where, like, honestly, even the Warlock Ring I might ditch pretty soon. Although it is very strong, 118. I think it's more of an early game boost, because you get it pretty early with 50 attack power before anyone else has weapons that strong. But now the weapons are starting to catch up, so it's not as amazing as it used to be. But her defense is a bit low anyway, so getting up there isn't really what she's good at, is what I'm thinking. She is, however, learning all spells in the game, and also has access now to free healing and MP recovery. So melee attacks are, not necessarily as good as these other options already. So anyway, there's a couple ways you can play like that, where you just focus on max DPS, but I think I like that MP recovery. It's pretty good. So most turns, if you have to throw her into risk of dying to get an attack off, or can keep her back and just keep spamming spells or free healing or free MP up, I think that's better. Personally, I mean, I could be convinced otherwise. I'm gonna do like one more fight without changing the party, because it kind of takes a lot of time and effort, energy to move people around. Higgins is a maybe. Screech and Terra are maybes. And plus everyone else I've benched for the moment. I do think Red is... Now, he did do one special attack last time that did like 50 damage. So I think we need to keep using him for a bit longer to see if that works. But so many of his turns was attack for 6 damage, attack for 6 damage. And, like, I can change it from 6 to 20. but that's kind of all I can do. So anyway, we'll figure it out next episode on The Price is Shining. Hope you guys have enjoyed. I'll see you next time. I mean, we can technically, you know, in the epilogue here, there's nothing stopping us from finishing the plot here, so that next episode doesn't have to do it. So just pretend while I was rambling, hey, it rained! Amazing! It's a miracle! And then you go up here and you tell the king that you talked to Mitula and saved her shrine, and a goddess showed up on the planet, and blah blah blah, saved by humans. Awesome. And then this rando person decides to follow us along to Moon. And we want to go to Nazca anyway. So her name is Nadra. She used to be Freya the Vicar, who she hasn't actually joined yet, technically, but we'll get her in a couple battles. She's also really good. So that's another, maybe she'll take red spot, but boy, am I ending up with a lot of spellcasters. Like, spellcasters got a big buff in this hack, and it seems like a lot of my standard front rowers, like Chester and Jaha, are just so much worse. Peter, Jester, Jaha, a lot of the people you used to just trust to throw at the enemies and take a few hits, they just die instantly now. So, yeah, having mages that can cast weird spells and stay back. I mean, I still need someone that can take a hit, but it's Sarah. It's the healer. It's the 95 defense cleric at level 26. She is really overleveled. 98 hit points. Yep, it's pretty fun. Anyway, let's end the episode here. Thanks for watching, folks. Hope you've enjoyed. It's kind of a weird mix of we're too strong and the enemies are too strong. It's balanced. It's unbalanced. It's a bit up and down. Overall, I think it's reasonably well balanced, but there are definitely some enemies and some battle setups that are like, that's pushing it. That's pushing it. Anyway, that's all for now. I hope you guys have enjoyed. I'll see you next time for the Assault on Moon. Although I don't know if we're going to get 3 fights. These fights are taking a bit longer as we're getting later on in the game. But anyway, that's all. See you guys next time.